So guys, here I am today for round number 9 of the Freddie Gray career mode here on F1 2014 using this 2016 season mod, and today we are here with the Hungarian Grand Prix. Obviously last time out it was Freddie's home race at the British Grand Prix. Could have quite easily picked up the win. Freddie definitely had the pace over his rivals such as Lewis Hamilton and obviously his teammate Sebastian Vettel, but unfortunately an instant coming into the pit lane, losing our front wing, a very stupid, noobish mistake from myself. I'll be real for a second, it definitely was my fault, but let's hope we can iron out some of those mistakes that can be easily avoided, and let's hope to improve things over the course of the next few races in Hungary, starting off, and hopefully Germany and the future races as well. Just before I get into this video properly, I would like to do a little bit of a cheeky plug. So I don't know why I said it like that, but yes, my second channel is down below. I've got a link to it there. I am beginning to start that up again. I am uploading a lot more games on that channel, including the likes of GTA, GeoGuessr even, and also scary games. And I've recorded the scary game, and probably it will already be out by the time this video is released. And bloody hell, it was freaking, it was such a tense game. It was really tense. So if you want to go and have a look at that, go and subscribe to my second channel down in the description below and watch the video if you want to, of course. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into Hungary now for the qualifying report. Manor and Sauber took their usual positions on the back two rows, with Wehrlein out-qualifying Nasser. Force India had a shocking day yet again, and the summer break could not come soon enough. Magnussen put in a solid display to secure 13th for Renault, while McLaren continued to underwhelm with P12 and P14. Romain Grosjean outshone teammate Gutierrez with a season best 7th. Toro Rosso's Daniel Kvyat sealed another top 5 grid position, with senior team Red Bull lining up in 4th and 8th. The Williams car was beginning to lose its pace as both cars only just edged into Q3. Freddie Gray struggled with the tyres as he could only secure 6th, and Nico Rosberg for the second consecutive race outqualified teammate Lewis Hamilton by sealing pole position. With there being 2 main overtaking spots on the track, Freddie would have to make the most of his opportunities if he is to make his way to the front of the field. It is now time for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, we've got a really long run down to turn 1, so make the most of it and bring home a good result. Come on, Freddie, you can do this.
So of course the long run down to turn 1 will hopefully make up for what you could argue was a pretty disappointing qualifying session once again yesterday, as the lights are now building up to 5 red lights here. And we are off and away for the Hungarian Grand Prix, getting off to an okay start in fact, but Kvyat on the left hand side getting off to a storming start, almost overtaking our teammate Sebastian Vettel. Now down into turn 1, we'll be braking very shortly at the 100-meter board just after going in the middle of Daniel Ricciardo and our teammate Sebastian Vettel, squeezing up Nico Rosberg, and we are already into second place behind our championship rival Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo has also moved up into 3rd from 4th place, so he has also gained at the start. Lewis Hamilton obviously gaining on his teammate Nico Rosberg, and Nico Rosberg once again going off to a very poor start, just like he did in Silverstone, going from 1st to 7th in that race. In this race he's gone all the way from 1st down to 4th, and I believe at the moment the Haas of Romain Grosjean is in 5th position, so blimey, what a good start it's been for some of the drivers on the grid today. But now towards the end of lap 1, onto the pit straight we go. We are now right on the back of Lewis Hamilton, seeking to make a move hopefully on this back straight here. We're going to hopefully take full advantage of the slipstream effect here. I think we should be able to get something done if we get close enough. We're not quite close enough yet, but Freddie might decide to dive it down the inside. As he does so there, down to second gear, up the inside, hitting the apex nicely, and we are now up into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Top stuff there, mate. Now to increase the lead.
So indeed, time to increase that lead for Freddie Gray, and let's see what we can do in these next few laps. Again, a replay of there, a diving, opportunistic move up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and now into the lead of the Grand Prix, but not for long though, as we've got put a wheel onto the grass, run a little bit wide. Lewis Hamilton's going to be right beside us as we head down into turn 2. Can Lewis Hamilton hang it around the outside of this corner? We make contact with the rear of Lewis Hamilton's car there, the rear tyre. Obviously very lucky there for Freddie not to lose a bit of his end plate, as we do make the move stick around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. Now Daniel Ricciardo behind is going to have a run in the Red Bull. He's going to try and make a move around the outside going into sector 2, and Lewis Hamilton actually backs off considerably and lets his teammate Nico Rosberg through as well. So Lewis Hamilton losing 2 positions there when he could have gained 1 on Freddie, so really not going too well for him so far. But now on to lap 9, we in fact have a safety car because 2 cars have retired from the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, safety car deployed. Box in this lap.
So our team are calling us in to box this lap. Freddie will indeed be boxing in this lap. He was due to pit in on lap 10, but obviously with the safety car coming out at a pretty ideal time for himself, he decided to take advantage of that. The Ferrari team have called him in. You can see on the right hand side there, a lot of cars are actually staying out, including Daniel Ricciardo and the 2 Mercedes cars, which could make things interesting earlier on. We've got to see how it all pans out, whether these guys will in fact pit under the safety car, because surely they're going to lose a lot of time here. Now onto lap 10, we rejoined in 10th behind Jensen Button and just ahead of the Williams of Felipe Massa. In fact, the Williams of Felipe Massa you can see behind on the mini-map is indeed pitting in. A lot of cars are in, including our teammate Sebastian Vettel, and I also believe one of the Mercedes cars as well. I believe that is Lewis Hamilton. Romain Grosjean appears to be in the pits as well, but I believe that a Red Bull and a Mercedes have stayed out. I think that's Rosberg and Verstappen, but surely those guys are going to be pitting in on this lap, so that seems kind of pointless really, a bit of an awkward time for them and just stupid AI in all fairness. So yeah, on the restart now we should be well into the lead. You can see the 4 cars ahead of us are indeed peeling off into the pit lane for their first scheduled stops of the day. It is also important to note, however, that Freddie is currently on the prime tyres. At this current moment in time, we're unsure as to what compounds Ricciardo, Hamilton and our teammate Sebastian Vettel are on, so that'll be something to look out for later on. And judging by that lap time there from Daniel Ricciardo, he is on the option tyres, and it did not take Hamilton and Ricciardo long to catch back up. Honestly, their pace was absolutely electric compared to Freddie in this stint. They were absolutely flying, and it was just a matter of time really before they really caught up and will be able to challenge him. So Freddie, once again, like in many situations in the past, just going to have to absorb the pressure here and just try and keep it on the track. But in fact, he's already running wide onto the grass, and that might actually allow a Lewis Hamilton through. A bit of mistake there actually, slight complacency there from Freddie, and actually very rare to see a mistake from him whilst under pressure. And Lewis Hamilton is now in the lead of the Grand Prix. As you can see, just running out that little bit wide, getting slowed down off the track on the curb, and Lewis Hamilton is now into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now on to lap 14, Freddie running wide once again, actually gets a huge swapper on, loses the back end out of the exit of turn 1. Now Daniel Ricciardo's through as well, but I think that was more because he was running in the rich fuel mixture, which really heated up the tyres, and that caused him to lose all traction and grip again. Once again, Freddie losing that back end, needs to put it down to standard and just really control the tyres from here and try his best to catch up to the Red Bull car of Daniel Ricciardo. And indeed he has done that at the end of lap 14. He might even have a run on him here on the pit straight. Obviously the Red Bull a lot slower in the straight line compared to the Ferrari, so Freddie should easily be able to make a move down into turn 1 if he can take full advantage here of the DRS. He's bearing down Daniel Ricciardo now. He might line up a move into turn 1. He's going to dive it down the inside. I think he might just about think better of it into turn 1. I'm going to try and switch back manoeuvre here, but he does have the second DRS zone in which to try and overtake Daniel Ricciardo. Now up into the rich mix, he might dive it down the inside of what I believe is either turn 2 or turn 3. Dives down the inside, just about avoiding contact, keeping tight on the apex there of turn 3. Now into turn 4, and Freddie Gray is up into second position. What an overtake that was there. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Freddie Gray. Now up into second in the Hungarian Grand Prix, setting purple lap times as well. Brilliant stuff from him. Hopefully he can catch up to Lewis Hamilton very, very soon. But unfortunately that was not the case. Lewis Hamilton pulled away even further, and Daniel Ricciardo caught back up and was putting us under pressure once again. We seem to be going wide yet again into what I believe is turn 7, and Daniel Ricciardo is through after he got a wheel onto the grass there, lost the back end, and Daniel Ricciardo is through and up into second place and already pulling away. I think that's a clear indication that tyres have more than gone off. They are past it now by the looks of it. Freddie really struggling for any sort of grip, and indeed he did pit in fact on lap 24, 5 laps after he got overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo. Hamilton and Ricciardo obviously on the option tyres at this point had already pitted in, so I believe Ricciardo on our left hand side right now has just jumped Freddie, so Freddie couldn't really gain him there obviously because of the undercut Ricciardo was obviously gaining on him. So now on the option tyres, while Ricciardo and Hamilton are on the prime tyres, so hopefully Freddie now will have the pace advantage definitely over Ricciardo to try and catch him for second place. But obviously one task to make it trickier for ourselves is the fact that we've lost DRS. We do lap the Sauber of Felipe, and that's down in P18, and the safety car is now back out. Crucially, this could help us challenge not just Daniel Ricciardo but also Lewis Hamilton. So this could make things very interesting. It's going to get very tasty towards the end of this Hungarian Grand Prix once the safety car comes in, and it actually looks like the safety car has not just benefited myself, or sorry, Freddie, but it's also benefited Sebastian Vettel as well, our teammate. Vettel has gained on us. He's somehow managed to get an overcut because of the safety car forcing Freddie to slow down and take it easy, obviously the speed limit you have to take.
This is our chance now, let's take it, come on.
So yes, indeed, as the engineer said, this is our chance. We've got to take it. 3 cars in our way. I believe Sebastian Vettel is also on the option tyre. So let's hope we can bring home a Ferrari 1-2 today for this Hungarian Grand Prix for the first time since the Bahrain Grand Prix. So all the way back, right at the start of the season, obviously Sebastian Vettel and Freddie are aiming to make that difference today as we now enter Sector 1 on lap 27, setting a purple lap time. We are really closing in on Daniel Ricciardo, putting him under all sorts of pressure. It's just a matter of time now before we try and make a move stick. But now we're right on the back of Sebastian Vettel. If Vettel makes a mistake, then Freddie could perhaps pounce and overtake Ricciardo before, because Vettel at the moment doesn't seem to be making a move. Vettel in fact does run a little bit wide, makes a mistake, actually locks up into that corner somehow, and Freddie's going to try it up the inside of Sector 3. Can he do it here on the inside of Sebastian Vettel? Vettel defends very well by hanging it around the outside. Is Freddie going to dive it down the inside into the final sector? He thinks better of it for now, but wow, that was very close there between the 2 Ferrari guys. But what we don't want to do is make contact with each other and prevent us from overtaking Daniel Ricciardo, and obviously eventually getting Lewis Hamilton and sealing this one too. Obviously that's the aim for the rest of this Grand Prix. A quick replay here of the side-by-side moment between the 2 Ferraris, actually very reminiscent if you cast your minds back to Season 1, Freddie's first Grand Prix for Ferrari, where we had that side-by-side moment with Fernando Alonso. Had a very similar one there with his new teammate Sebastian Vettel, but now we are right on the back of Vettel and also Ricciardo. Behind us, because of we're being held up so much by Ricciardo, Fiat's also catching us up as well. So we have the DRS now on Sebastian Vettel, while Vettel also has DRS on Ricciardo. So Freddie's getting a triple slipstream here, going at huge speeds, actually up into 8th gear here. Now down into turn 1, Freddie's going to dive down the side of both Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo, and he has made the move stick up into 2nd place, opening up the DRS once again. I believe Vettel has eventually got through.
Okay, that is a lovely overtake. Let's now chase down Hamilton.
So indeed, a brilliant move there, and now we can indeed try and challenge Lewis Hamilton on lap 30 now. It was in fact a very similar story, unfortunately, to Canada. It was more Sebastian Vettel challenging us more than us challenging Lewis Hamilton due to the tyres going off at the very end. You can see Vettel trying to move around the outside, but indeed does back off in the end, and Freddie does maintain 2nd position for now. But at this point, Lewis Hamilton, he was just far too consistent with his lap times. We really could not catching up. You can see here on lap 33 getting a huge slide out of the exit of the previous corner and almost losing the back end. Well, we basically did, but thankfully not resulting in anything too severe like a spin. You can see currently setting purple lap times, but we really just were not getting good enough traction out of the corners where it really mattered. For instance, this last sector was absolutely killing us really. You could see Hamilton really pulling away on this back straight and us just not getting any grip whatsoever. And now with the DRS, we just were not close enough to Lewis Hamilton, setting a personal best lap time of a 1:24.6. And as mentioned before, it was more Sebastian Vettel behind who was our main challenger in this final stint, trying our absolute hardest just to try and turn in early, get close to Lewis Hamilton. But yet again, the traction is just absolutely killing us, and Lewis Hamilton, with his extended grip really on his more durable prime tyres, is just, really affecting our, ability to try and overtake him. But one final chance here, and again, it just doesn't seem to be our day. It just does not seem to be happening for us, and it does appear as if maybe we should have let Sebastian Vettel through, but obviously we got no call from the team. Vettel was obviously fast at this point, and maybe he could have brought home a win for Ferrari today, but unfortunately that does not seem to be happening as we go on to the end of the final lap now into Sector 3. I think the one position that may change here is maybe Freddie and Sebastian Vettel. Perhaps Vettel might try and go for it. Freddie is really losing the back end. Look at the skid marks there on his rear tyres. We're going to go into the replay cam once more. Just look at the rear tyre skid marks as we exit the corner. Just look at that. Really, the tyres are completely gone. Sebastian Vettel is in fact going to line up a move. He's going to try and move on to the inside line, and Freddie just about turns into him, just about defense position as we come across the line now for P2.
Good drive, good drive. It's a shame the tyres went off at the end, but still, a solid amount of points to add to the championship tally.
So in the end, not too bad of a race, but really we were expecting a lot more, and it's just unfortunate really that the tyres went off at the end, once again preventing us from getting a potential race victory. Once again, we have not picked up a race win since the Russian Grand Prix, so really not going too well so far. Freddie's got to really try and pick himself up in the coming races, because Lewis Hamilton's increased his lead even further, as you can see now, by the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton is now leading. He's got a 12-point lead on Freddie Gray, who has 150 53 points. Sebastian Vettel increases lead over Felipe Massa. He is in third, Sebastian Vettel, 111 points. Daniel Ricciardo moves up into fifth, with Rosberg second. Kvyat seeing fifth position today, all the way up into seventh place. Hulkenberg in eighth, Verstappen ninth, Sergio Perez in 10th, and Valtteri Bottas in 11th position for now. And now in the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari still lead with 264 points, outscoring Mercedes once again today. Williams are still in third with 137, Red Bull with 113 points, Force India with 89, Toro Rosso with 71, Renault Sport with 39, actually getting quite a lot of points today, 6 points indeed, with Kevin Magnussen who finished 7th, Haas F1 in 9th, Manor in 10th, picking up points with Pascal Vettel. And I'm going to mention again, McLaren Honda did get points today with Fernando Alonso, so good all-round drives from a lot of the drivers. But anyway guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Don't forget to check out my second channel in the description down below. And yeah guys, I will see you next time for Hockenheim. Bye bye.